All right, we're here with some breaking news. Not the news that we wanted to hear, but Jiri Prochazka has vacated the UFC title due to injury, and Blachowich is now fighting Magomedov and Ankalaev for the vacant belt for the last UFC of the year. Crazy news, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what to say, but it's not just the fact that he pulled out that he the fight's off, but he vacated the belt. So something crazy gotta be going on, man.
From what I'm seeing, due to severe orthopedic injury, time frame for recovery is upwards of a year. They're saying that he injured his shoulder, and then the replacement for Glover, which I'm guessing was Magomed. I guess I'm just speculating. I'm not sure what the replacement was, but they said Glover didn't want to take the replacement fight, so it just bumped the co-main event to the main event.
yeah, man. This sucks. Um, like I said, I don't know what's in store for Yuri. You know, obviously it's a significant injury. Um, this tarnishes like the card's still good, but I mean, let's be honest, everybody was looking forward to this main event, man, and it throws a huge wrench in everything. You know, um, Yuri's fun to watch. I wish him nothing but the best. Uh, but I hope he gets back into it soon, man. Um, and until then, I don't know what this means for the division. Um,
Crazy thing is, you know, months back, this was supposed to be, John Jones's comeback card versus Stipe. That didn't happen. And then you get, this fight fall apart with Glover and Jerry. And then you got last week's card, Derek Lewis versus Spivak get moved. Man, UFC's been running into some bad luck. Not to say it won't be a bad card, but when you're missing big names like this on the last card of the year, typically the last card of the year is supposed to be the banger. And
yeah, oh yeah.
no no disrespect to now the main event, Polish Hammer versus Ankalaev, but yeah, I mean, it's not gonna get the pay-per-view buys that, they wanted.
Absolutely, and not just that, but dude, just look at their first fight, man. Their first fight was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, Glover was controlling the whole fight. The only way Yuri wins had a chance to win was by stoppage, and he ends up submitting him in the last round with, what I think, under a minute left now.
Yeah.
So I
Now,
mean, man,
just spitballing here, but we had Derek Lewis pull out because they had a stomach virus. He's a heavyweight. He doesn't have to cut weight, or if he does, it's not that much. Put him on the main card versus Spivak, just to give it a little more. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I agree. I mean, I want to see that fight happen because you and I had opposite views. So I mean, yeah, it'd be fun for bragging rights, but yeah,
Right.
that's really the main reason why I want to see that fight to see really because that fight can go either way and it's a heavyweight fight. You know how the heavyweights are.
So
Yeah,
you got Blachowich versus Ankalaev as the main event. You got right now, you don't have a co-main event. A couple fights that are on the main card, I'll name them, is Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Robbie Lawler. You got Patty Pimlet versus Jared Gordon. You got Bryce Mitchell versus Tapira. And those are the main card fights. Who do you put as
no,
the main event?
I don't think any of them's gonna make anything worthy to be honest. And it's not a knock on those guys, but man, there's no true co-main event or main event. You know?
Would you put Lewis versus Spivak as a co-main event?
Yeah, that to me that would make the most sense. Now, where they do it, I don't know. But to me,
I think it's a
even when
toss up between Patty because of how big his name is. I know you don't have the opponent for a co-main event, but just his name in general, you could get away with putting him as a co-main event. And then I don't know, Bryce versus Tapora. I don't know if they have the names yet to be that kind of main event spot. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. You
I
know,
think they got the I think they got the resume, they got the record. They're both undefeated. You could sell it as that, but tough spot to
yeah.
be in for the UFC.
And like you said, Pat his name, or is big enough to do that. But number one, like you said, his opponent's not gonna wow you. And number two, even though Pat is undefeated, trying to market him into the next big star, he hasn't really beaten any big names to say, okay, let's throw him in the co-main on the UFC card. But they might have to, you know. I mean, if you're not gonna bring in Lewis and Spivak for this card, that
Right.
would be the safest bet in my opinion. Even though I don't like it, I mean,
Now, I'm looking at the 205 rankings right now. Obviously, with Jiri being injured out for a year. You got Glover. We're not sure like where he's gonna be at. He's number one. You got two Blachowich and three Magomed fighting each other. You got Alexander Raddick. You got Anthony Smith at five. You got Jamal Hill at six. Nikita Krylov just won at seven. Those are I see Jamal Hill, Krylov, Raddick being contenders. So like that kind of leaves 205 wide open, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah, and that's what I really wanted to do this pod for because it sucks that the card, I mean, the fight is off, and it obviously hurts the pay per view in a massive way, you know.
Right.
There's no denying that. But big picture, what does that do for the division? Like,
Wide
you
open.
know, yeah, man. So who do you? Obviously, Glover is gonna fight for the belt next. That goes without saying. But who do you give him?
Glover, you give him the winner out of Magomed versus Blachowicz. I feel like Ankalaev is gonna beat Jan. I think Magomed fights Glover. And then in the meantime, I think Jamal Hill fights Alexander Rakic. But I want to say Rakic is coming off a knee injury, so like I don't even know if he's available. You can maybe do Jamal Hill versus Nikita Krylov for number one contender. Or maybe do Jamal Hill versus Anthony Smith. I'm not sure, but I think Jamal versus Krylov makes more sense. And then I don't know, man. It's so wide open.
Yeah, man. This is it's a bummer. But
Yeah.
like I said, hopefully Yuri gets back soon, and but it don't look like it'll be soon. You know, um, just massive, man. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. Before we head out, man, you seen your boy Artem Lobov?
Fill me in.
He's suing Conor McGregor because he came up with the proper, according to him, he came up with the proper 12, and he says he deserves 5%. So he's suing him.
Man, and when the ornament Connor boys,
Yeah, that's his
man,
dog. That's why him and Khabib were beefed up. So like,
well, Connor
um,
McGregor versus Lowball, baby, comeback fight, and
a goat versus a goat.
oh yeah, man, and also you can put Asbula fighting in the co-main.
Well, guys, we just had to break that story right quick. Our thoughts on it. Again, we wish Jerry a speedy recovery. Hopefully, this fight, might be a sleeper fight, and we'll keep giving y'all news.
Yeah, man. Before we sign off, like say it again, happy holidays, guys. Hope y'all have a good one. Uncle B kind of keep the news to a minimum till after the holidays, cause I called Zach right away when I saw the news, and I was like, man, we gotta jump on, we gotta do this. Um, so hopefully, you know, like Zach said, Prochazka gets there soon, and we can make this fight happen down the road, man. Cause I was really looking forward to this one.
Yes, sir. Until next time, happy holidays.
Peace.
Peace.